What's up, fight fans? In today's video, fans are angry as Conor McGregor receives a new multi-million-dollar offer.
How is this possible? How can Logan Paul compete against Conor McGregor in a boxing match? Logan Paul is a...
Jake Paul has already responded to the news. Conor also shut down rumors of a fight with Ilia Topuria. Meanwhile, Topuria, who once hoped to share the octagon with Conor, now says he no longer wants the fight. Plus, Umar Nurmagomedov and Merab Dvalishvili's heated rivalry has reached a boiling point. Khabib has called on Dustin Poirier to retire immediately, but Islam Makhachev believes Poirier still has more fights left in him.
Yeah. Honestly, Dustin improved his wrestling game a lot.
At the end of this video, Tyson Fury has made a surprising revelation ahead of his long-awaited rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, one that is likely to greatly disappoint his wife.
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
Alright, let's jump right into it. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Conor McGregor recently revealed he's in talks for an exhibition boxing match with Logan Paul, reportedly backed by the Ambani family and set to happen in India. McGregor also shut down rumors of a UFC return to face Ilia Topuria. Conor wrote on X, "The rumors of a bout with Topuria are false. I am in preliminary agreements with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon." Ilia Topuria, who once dreamed of sharing the octagon with Conor, now says he no longer wants to fight him. Topuria posted, "The rumors of a bout with McChicken are false. I don't fight, nor am I interested in fighting with a rapist." A lot of people probably don't know who the Ambani family is, the ones behind this wild offer to Conor McGregor and Logan Paul. To give you an idea of the kind of money we're talking about, let me quickly explain who they are. The Ambani family reportedly started with a modest sum of 500 rupees, equivalent to about $5, and built an industrial empire that revolutionized the Indian economy. Today, the family's business ventures span petrochemicals, telecommunications, retail, and digital services. Basically, the Ambani family is super rich, and their involvement in this boxing match means Paul and Conor are set to make tens of millions of dollars. Of course, the first question most people ask is, who's going to watch this? But as we've seen before, fights like these pull in insane views. So despite the critics, Conor's fight with Logan Paul will grab massive attention. Just like Mike Tyson's match with Jake Paul. That fight got a lot of hate too, but it broke viewership records. User X, Prasad Naik, asked the same question that's on a lot of people's minds. Who will pay to watch them in India? Looks like Conor is not invited in Saudi Arabia now. The Combat Sports Matrixer wrote, "I have no doubt that the Ambani family have interest in making a bout between Conor and Paul. They can afford Conor. But the UFC still have Conor under contract and will likely not give him the permission to fight Paul. The exhibition between him versus Pacquiao also never happened." Another fan wrote, "He should stay away from Twitter, coming up with fight announcements one day, another day, jiu-jitsu class, third day, something else. You can't really rely on him anymore as to what he says is going to happen or not." Jake Paul responded, "Now it all makes sense why Conor McGregor and his management team have been desperately trying to get MVP to negotiate for a fight between us. As we told them privately, and I'm now saying it publicly, the only way we're willing to explore me versus Conor in a pro-boxing MMA fight is if Dana White and the UFC are directly involved or clearly give the go-ahead for discussions. Conor is washed. He needs the Pauls. Logan wins however he wants. So whether it materializes or not, the sheer speculation has already captivated fans and observers worldwide. But would you pay to watch this fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Umar Nurmagomedov and Merab Dvalishvili's heated rivalry has reached a boiling point ahead of their highly anticipated clash at UFC 311 on January 18th in Los Angeles. The tension escalated when Merab promised to slap Umar if he didn't receive an apology for recent remarks. "Not one to back down," Umar fired back. In an interview with the YouTube channel Ushitaika, Umar dismissed Merab's threats, claiming,
"Я вам честно говорю, он мне в лицо один-один это все не скажет. Там, где не будет никого, там, где мы останемся с ним, где нужно будет сказать то, что он хочет, вот эти оскорбления, не скажет нам. А когда ты это все говоришь, когда между нами охрана, это любой человек может. Это и женщина делает. Женщина тоже оскорбляет. Она знает, что ее нельзя бить, она знает, что у нее есть какие-то там... Она всегда, женщина, выступает с позиции слабой. И она вот, чтобы что-то сказать. Ну, он мне говорит о том, чтобы быть мужчиной, там, ты не мужчина, то Просто сам вот проанализируй, вот как нормальный человек, проанализируй свое вот поведение. Вот ты говоришь, что для тебя пояс не важен, для тебя деньги не важны, для тебя бой не важен. Ты вот считаешь, что человек должен быть достойным. Окей. Но после этого ты говоришь, что ты со мной разберешься после боя. Для чего? Ну, значит, у тебя, получается, для тебя это важно? Если для тебя не важен бой, я здесь? Если у тебя есть какие-то оскорбления, что я тебе сказал, идем спроси. Если ты можешь что-то сделать, я же открыт к разговору.
I think he's a genius in trying to create this fight, make it bigger by doing what he's doing. Because, you know, when you watch him do all those funny videos he does, they're pretty genius what he does. They're pretty genius. So is this a ploy for him to make this fight more interesting than the main event? Because it gained more attention, for darn sure. So is this something he's doing to create more buzz, more pay-per-view dollars? I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I do know one thing. I will never believe that he's afraid.
This matchup is shaping up to be one of the most exciting bantamweight battles in recent memory. While Merab brings relentless pace and pressure, Umar's elite grappling and undefeated record add intrigue to this high-stakes showdown. Come January 18th, words will be exchanged for action inside the octagon. Khabib has called on Dustin Poirier to retire immediately. According to Khabib, the former interim champ should have already hung up his gloves.
Poirier, I don't know why Poirier would fight, or why would they give him that fight, but, you know, maybe it's just because he's popular, but like he doesn't, like, it has to be Charles Oliveira.
I think Poirier can beat Chance, and I think Poirier have to start fighting. I think it fits. Justin Gaethje, Khabib, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, this is old school, brother. Stop fighting to fight, brother.
As you know, a few days ago, Dustin announced he's ready for his last dance. And even Dana White confirmed the UFC is working on a fight for Poirier to say goodbye to fans and wrap up his career.
Have you guys planned something for Dustin? You don't have to like reveal, obviously.
No, we're in the middle of talks for him with something that he wants to do for the end of his career.
However, Islam Makhachev told Daniel Cormier that Poirier has seriously improved his wrestling skills and gave him a lot of trouble during their fight.
When you got done with the Dustin Poirier fight and he was praised for doing so well, were you a little bit like taken back by it? Because you ultimately won 4 rounds and then submitted him. But it's almost like he had won because he defended takedown.
Yeah. Honestly, Dustin improved his wrestling game a lot because always you have the trouble with the wrestling fighters who have good skills, wrestling skills. That's why I think he did a good job in the camp. He improved his defense and he gave me a hard time.
It was hard?
Yes, it was hard, but it's a very good fight for the fans and a big experience for me also.
Yeah.
As you know, Colby Covington couldn't get back to winning ways last weekend at UFC Tampa. Afterward, Belal Muhammad, who's had a heated rivalry with Covington, didn't hold back. In an interview with MMA Today, Muhammad offered a harsh critique, questioning if Covington can still compete at the top of the division.
It felt so good just to watch him bleed and it's like suffer. I was just hoping that the doctor would let it go a little bit more because now you open the door for Colby to make excuses, right? And he's already coming out with excuses, yeah. But I'm like, bro, you're literally getting pieced up in every way you can get pieced up. You're losing the grappling, you're losing the striking, you're losing the kickboxing. You even lost the walkout because you ripped your shirt before you even got out there, so you look stupid doing that. But yeah, I just think that once people realize that he's not what people thought he was, right? They put him on this pedestal of, oh man, he's a cardio king, he's this, he's that. Like these new athletes, these new guys now, where we're studying, we're seeing stuff. We're like, bro, hey, he's not throwing anything at you that should make you worry, right? He can throw his pity pat freaking punches, and then he takes his stupid shot, pushes to the fence, and tries to take you down. But like, there's better athletes now. There's better guys, smarter guys now that are seeing all this stuff. And then I think now that one person like realized it, it's like, wait, this kid really does suck. He doesn't belong in the top 5 in the UFC. He like, I don't think he'll be anybody in the top 10 in the UFC. So I think that now he realized the game's passed him by, and he needs to figure out what's next, right? Maybe he'll have one big fight against somebody, maybe. But like, there's not a lot left.
Tyson Fury has made a surprising revelation ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, admitting that he hadn't spoken to his wife for 3 months as part of his preparation.
You go to the gym, come back, you eat, you go back to your room, watch TV. I watched everything on the television that there is, and then, yeah, you go to the gym again.
And do you stay in contact with Paris and the kids, or is it once a day, once a week? Do you have to be sort of quite strict about that?
I've not spoke to Paris for 3 months. Not a word. Not spoke to anyone. Not been on my phone. I've been away from it all.
And is that something you've worked out over the years that works for you?
No, I just wanted to give myself the best opportunity I can, and I don't want to keep dividing modes from beast mode to dad mode, wife mode, all that sort of stuff. So I've not spoke to anyone on the phone, and that's it.
Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
I'm very afraid.
Now, with the rematch set to be one of the most significant bouts in heavyweight boxing history, Fury's mental and physical resolve are being tested like never before. Fury's decision highlights the intensity of his training camp and his determination to avenge his earlier loss to Usyk. With his belts on the line, Fury is leaving no stone unturned, knowing the challenge Usyk presents. His extreme measures demonstrate just how seriously he is taking the fight, and how determined he is to secure victory this time around. Fans worldwide eagerly await the outcome of this clash, as the stakes couldn't be higher for the Gypsy King, and his quest to reclaim his place atop the division.
Hey, my friend Greedy Belly, continue training. I'm Rez, brother. I know. You hard work. It's good. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Greedy Belly. You my friend. You are my friend.
Doing a nice little run. Around the pram, around the front. Taking it very slow. I'm very heavy. But still, I've done it to myself. So, I have to do it to myself and get it off by myself. So,
that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. We'd be very grateful.